Hezbollah.
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 It's the Lebanese group that's back in the headlines.
There's been an intense exchange of rocket fire across the Israel-Lebanon border.
Some countries classify Hezbollah as a terror group, but it's also deeply embedded in Lebanese politics and society.
More powerful than the state.
Imagine an organization that creates confusion and controversy even when you hear its name. Today, we are preparing to go behind the dark curtain and discover the true face of Hezbollah, one of the most controversial groups in the world. Hezbollah is often misunderstood as a simple terrorist organization, but the truth is much more complex. Hezbollah is a multifaceted organization that operates as a militant group, a political party, and a social service provider. Their importance in the geopolitics of the region cannot be overstated, as it stretches from Lebanon to Syria, Iran, and beyond. Examining their different roles allows for a deeper understanding of the group's motivations and actions. As a social service provider, Hezbollah has built a vast network of hospitals, schools, and community centers, providing essential services to thousands of people in Lebanon. This has given her considerable popular support, especially among the Shiite population. At the same time, Lebanon's political branch has strong representation in the Lebanese parliament and can shape policy and governance. 44, however, it is Hezbollah's militant wing that often grabs international headlines. Its military actions against Israel, including the 2006 Lebanon War, have been widely controversial and condemned. Nevertheless, the group remains a powerful force in the region, and its military capabilities and strategic alliances make it a major player in Middle Eastern geopolitics. When exploring the world of Hezbollah, it is important to recognize the complexity and depth of this organization. Looking beyond the surface allows for a greater understanding of their motivations, actions, and importance in the region. Lebanon was a country torn apart by civil war and political instability in the 1980s. The Shiite population in particular felt marginalized and excluded from the political process. It was in this context that Hezbollah emerged, founded by a group of Shiite clerics and intellectuals who opposed the Israeli occupation and wanted to promote Shiite empowerment. The 1979 Iranian Revolution played a key role in the development of Hezbollah's ideology and goals. The revolution's emphasis on resistance to Islamic rule and Western imperialism resonated with many Shiite Muslims in Lebanon, who saw it as a model for their struggle against Israeli occupation. Iranian support and funding later became essential to Hezbollah's growth and development. The socio-political situation in Lebanon in the 1980s was characterized by sectarian divisions, political conflict, and outside interference. In this context, Hezbollah's message of resistance and empowerment resonated with many Shiite Muslims who felt marginalized and excluded from the political process. The group's early years were marked by a series of bombings, kidnappings, and attacks on Israeli and Western targets, earning it a reputation as a radical and militant group. Over the years, Hezbollah's influence and reach grew dramatically. The group's involvement in the Syrian civil war marked a key turning point, and its military operations against extremist groups such as ISIS and Al-Qaeda helped it gain a degree of legitimacy and recognition. The founding of Hezbollah in 1982 marked a key turning point in the history of the region. The group was founded by a group of Shiite clerics and intellectuals, and its early years were marked by a series of bombings, kidnappings, and attacks on Israeli and Western targets. The 1983 Beirut barracks bombing, which killed over 300 American and French soldiers, remains one of the most notorious attacks by the group. The 1990s saw a significant change in Hezbollah's strategy, as it began to focus on building political and social infrastructure. The construction of hospitals, schools, and community centers gained some support, especially among the Shiite population. At the same time, military operations against Israel continued, and the military conflicts of 1993 and 1996 marked a significant escalation of the conflict. The 2000s were marked by a series of serious conflicts with Israel, including the withdrawal from southern Lebanon in 2000 and the Lebanon War in 2006. The latter conflict lasted 34 days and left more than 1,000 Lebanese civilians and 119 Israeli soldiers dead. This war marked a critical turning point in the history of the region and made Hezbollah a major player in Middle Eastern geopolitics. Hezbollah's role in the Syrian civil war is fraught with controversy and complexity. The group's military operations against extremist groups such as ISIS and Al-Qaeda have gained some legitimacy and recognition, but its support for the Assad regime has been widely criticized. The conflict has also caused heavy casualties for the group, with hundreds of its fighters killed and wounded in fighting. Hezbollah's involvement in regional conflicts is not limited to Syria. The group has also been involved in conflicts in Iraq, Yemen, and Bahrain, often supporting Shiite militias and political parties. This has brought it a certain recognition as a major player in regional geopolitics, but also raised concerns about its growing influence and reach. Despite its great influence, Hezbollah faces several challenges, both internal and external. Politically, the group faces opposition from rival parties and factions who accuse it of trying to impose Shiite dominance in Lebanese politics. At the international level, the group is subject to scrutiny and sanctions from Western countries for supporting terrorism and promoting instability in the region. Hezbollah also faces significant challenges internally. The organization's involvement in the Syrian civil war has caused heavy casualties and widespread internal criticism and dissent. Furthermore, the group's political wing has been criticized for corruption and authoritarianism, causing tensions with other parties and factions. In recent years, Hezbollah has faced significant challenges from Israel, which has launched a series of military operations against the group's military infrastructure. The 2019 and 2020 fighting marked a significant escalation of the conflict, with both sides accusing each other of aggression and terrorism. Despite these challenges, Hezbollah remains a key player in regional geopolitics. The group's military capabilities and strategic alliances make it a major player in the region, and its political wing continues to shape Lebanese politics and governance. Possible solutions to the challenges facing Hezbollah lie in diplomatic efforts and dialogue. Recent talks between the group and rival parties have raised issues of governance and corruption, resulting in significant concessions and reforms. Another possible solution lies in community participation and social development. Hezbollah has garnered some public support, especially among the Shiite population, through its provision of social services. A focus on community development and social welfare could allow the group to build trust and legitimacy among followers and rivals alike. In conclusion, Hezbollah is a complex and multifaceted organization that defies easy categorization or analysis. Examining their various roles and influences can provide a deeper understanding of the group's motivations and actions, as well as their importance in the region's geopolitics. When thinking about the world of Hezbollah, it is important to recognize the complexity and depth of this organization. Looking beyond the surface provides a greater understanding of their motivations, actions, and importance in the region. We hope this video has given you a deeper understanding of Hezbollah and its role in the Middle East. If you would like to learn more about this complex and multifaceted organization, we encourage you to watch our other videos on geopolitics and influential groups in the Middle East. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for even more content on the complex world of geopolitics.